Subscribe to James and Sheriff Dixon, you motherfuckers.
This is movie reviews with James and Eric, episode 3. I got Eric back on. Say hello.
I'm excited to be here, excited to see what's happening in the world of Santa Claus, the Santa Claus himself. Excited for any news that we have for upcoming Santa Clauses. Very thrilled.
Which I still find it hilarious that we talked about it for the first episode, and then like 3 hours later it came out. There's a TV show.
We're willing new Santa Claus content into existence just by getting together and talking about. I don't know that there's another anything, and I don't even want to say podcast, another anything that talks about the Santa Claus, and we're doing it, man. We're carrying that mantle.
And you've only seen the first one, right?
Yeah, why would I see the other Santa Clauses? But now, so D23 is going on, right? You were telling me that D23 is going on, and there was Santa Claus news?
Yes, I'm looking up the thing right now.
How? Like, Disney owns everything. The Santa Claus is the thing that they're like, guys, we gotta do more of this.
Especially it's been 10 years or something since the last one, yeah.
That's insane. It's just like, dude, the Santa Claus? Like, get real.
So
it's nuts.
I got the story thing pulled up here if we want to go over it.
Okay, yeah, do it.
So the story thing says, Scott Calvin is on the brink of his 65th birthday and realizing that he can't be Santa Claus forever. The log, he's starting to lose a step in his Santa duties, and more importantly, he got family. So he starts to look for a new Santa Claus to replace him. And I thought the point was he could live forever as long as he doesn't die. When I read that.
Yeah. I thought, like, in a world that supposes that Santa Claus is real and magical and you become the Santa Claus through, like, this contract or whatever, the idea that this guy is just 65, so now he has to find a new Santa Claus, like American retirement age is what dictates Santa Claus is unreal.
To me, that sounded like the plot of the second one, but instead of looking for a wife, he's looking for a new guy to replace him.
I mean, like, is Jack Frost, 62, and so, like, he's getting close to finding, like, a new Jack Frost? Like, how does it work? Is that everyone? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because the third one they had made the mythical creatures come into it, yeah.
Does American age play into that as well? I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't remember it like taking a like that.
No.
Yeah.
No, of course not. So like, why would this? I just don't understand why it would be like why this is like the thing. Like, why agree to this? Why do this? Why? It's called the Santa Clauses, right?
Yeah.
What is that? So there's gonna be
like a rule, like they're gonna go over the rules a bit more.
That's great. That's good. That's what I needed from the Santa Claus franchise. Was, boy, I hope they go over the rules some more. Like, looking at the cast, it's who you expect. It's Tim Allen, it's Elizabeth Mitchell, and then it's like Cal Penn, and then like nobody you've ever heard of, like 100 children, and like no one you've ever heard of.
It's gonna be just Tim Allen in his old age, just yelling at the elf children.
Like, when you look at like the IMDb rating, which is whatever, it's not like you have to go by like what the IMDb rating is or whatever. Mm-hmm. None of these track like a 6.5. It's just 6.5 is the first one, and then they're all lower from there. It's just like progressively
worse.
Weird. Very weird. But here's the thing: you make these because they're just money buckets that like you just keep churning them out every Christmas or whatever. It can play indefinitely, and then you have these things, I guess. But like, who cares?
Yeah,
who cares about this?
So when I was reading that, I thought I wouldn't mind a TV show where Tim Allen just tries to avoid death, because that's
that's a way more interesting thing. Like, here's the thing, I'm not saying let's turn it dark and gritty. I don't think we need to do that. But if there was a thing where like look, the thing that you didn't know about being a Santa Claus is that, yes, there is an age that, because everything's mystical or mythical or whatever, what if the premise was, yes, there is an age where these Santa Clauses typically die, or the Santa Claus has to be, like, handed over.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened in the first one, right? Like,
Yep.
he falls off the roof or whatever, and then Tim Allen becomes the Santa Claus. So, what if it's him going like, "No way, I love being the Santa Claus. I love being Santa. I want to avoid that." And then the whole movie is him trying to like overcome this thing or like fight back against this thing
Yep.
of not dying. I think it's more interesting.
Yep. Yep.
I like it.
And that, what I was thinking also was like funny bits of him like trying to avoid like small things like going down the stairs or whatever.
Yeah.
He gets slip and
Yeah.
fall. Yeah.
It's that stuff. I think that's super funny. I really like that idea. I like that idea way more than whatever it is they're doing, man. Because he has to find another Santa Claus. No, you don't. Like the whole premise is that no, you don't, because he like when Santa fell off the roof and Tim Allen became Santa, it wasn't like that Santa found him,
Yeah.
right?
They found
It's
him.
not-
Yeah.
It's not like a Green Lantern situation where like the ring goes and like finds a person. He just happened to be there and he became the Santa Claus or whatever.
Alright, so if you want to pivot, I did see that extended Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, that's right. Tell me about that. How was that?
So it was 2 hours and 20 minutes originally, now it's close to 2 hours and 45 with like
Ugh.
25 minutes worth of like extra footage scattered throughout the movie. That did not help. That did not help the plot whatsoever.
Did you notice those things?
Yeah, like the
Did
opening,
you notice
they
the extra footage?
Yeah, they added a completely different opening scene,
Mm-hmm.
and then they added a couple more scenes about talking about the clone, the girl giving birth to herself or whatever.
Like that. Ugh. Why? Like. So now it's a longer movie. Like you saw a longer version.
Yeah.
And if you had to pick a version, is it that version or the other one?
I think I like the longer one, but that's not saying much since it's the crazy clone girl plot or whatever.
Right. Right. Oh man. Is it a thing? Is it a thing where you want the other Jurassic Parks to have something similar? Like, if they came out and they're like, "Hey, by the way, here's 20 extra minutes from like these other."
Oh,
Jurassic
like
Parks,"
the
would you
past
be into
ones.
Yeah.
If it added to the story, yeah.
Okay, but this one didn't. So like,
Yeah.
I would imagine they don't typically add to the story, do they? I don't think they do.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But
Man.
yeah, I was like, I watched. I was like, well, that was almost 3 hours of playtime.
Dude, that's so brutal. That's so long. That's so long to spend like in that world. Now, let me ask you this: do you think they're gonna make? I think we kind of talked about it before or whatever. But do you think that they're gonna make more? Do you foresee there being?
Yeah,
more...
oh yeah. I think we said like 10 years from now or something. Whatever, they're definitely.
Yeah. Like, do you think this is like a continuing franchise? Because I think that's mostly what I'm curious about with like a lot of movies, like franchise stuff that comes out now, is that by and large, I feel like a lot of this stuff is looked at like 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
Do you think there continues to be a Jurassic Park that's in this universe, or do you think they go like, ignore those last two, only the first one
Yeah, I think they're gonna
matters?
keep doing that I think they're gonna keep doing it. Yeah.
So you think it'll be? So do you think it'll continue in like the Jurassic World? What were like these new ones called? Like
Jurassic World. That's just it.
Yeah, like, so do you think it'll be that, like, it won't be like the original? So it'll be like the first Jurassic Park, and then this, like, the first Jurassic World, and then in like 8 years they'll be like, what if they went back to the park again, and it only has to do with the first Jurassic Park and then the first Jurassic World? Do you think that okay, let me propose this. In space, and they call it Jurassic Galaxy, like, you have to get bigger. Do you think that that's the next step?
Well, Chris Pratt is Star-Lord.
That see now, and he was in that movie where he was on the spaceship with
Passengers. Yep.
Well, yeah, that so like, he's got space in his veins. So I wonder if that's the next thing. Or they go like space like they didn't put guns on the dinosaurs like I thought they were going to.
Yeah, I remember
they
that
did.
being a big thing. Yeah.
They just like pointed a gun at people and the dinosaur attacked, which is very weird.
That was the craziest one.
Yeah. So like, just I wonder where they're going next with it. Because they can't, Jurassic World, I don't want to say works. Because
definitely wasn't the Jurassic Park, which I personally picked those first three over these last three.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, Jurassic Park works because it's a new premise, and you're like, okay, this is like they tried to open the park, and the park didn't open because the dinosaurs like went crazy. Whatever. Jurassic World is like, what if it did open
again?
And you're like, damn, that's wild. Like they really opened it like that. I don't know if I believe that, but okay, it's kind of believable. But then it just goes off the rails in a way where it's like, oh, I don't buy into this at all.
And I know you didn't like when I told you that the cast had a hand in the writing either for the last one.
But like, I just don't like. That's the thing that bothers me is. We got like Jeff Goldblum has like creative input. It's like, why? Like he didn't have creative input in the good one. Like why would? I don't care what. He helped write this. Why? He didn't write the first. Like that's insane. Yeah. It's like if all of a sudden it was like, written directed by Steven Spielberg, I would be way more interested. I mean, infinitely. I would have to go see it. I would have to go see it if it was Spielberg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it's never gonna be like he's
done with it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna do. He has better things to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I it just feels like a franchise that isn't interesting to me anymore.
That's overplayed. Yeah.
Yeah, overplayed is a good way to put it, especially over like the last couple of years. But they'll make more. There's no way they don't make more, right? Like it made too much money for them not to make more.
I think they like each made like $1 billion in the box office. These last three, all three of them, I think.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. But that's movies now. That's what they do. They make $1 billion, and you just go, okay, well, it made a lot of money. Let's make more of them. And it's like, oh, this is diminishing returns, I guess. Yeah. Except for the Minions movies, which for some reason.
Those are very popular. Yeah,
they could just make those infinitely, and they just keep making more money than the last one, which is like.
And they don't
I know it's like a kids thing. But Jesus, man,
and they don't even say anything.
Fucking wild! I can't believe how much money Minions makes.
And I heard this last one like blew up too with the.
Oh yeah! Oh, it made a ton of money. It made a ton of money. Now let me ask you this, because D23 announcements are happening right now. Have you been keeping up with like all the stuff they've been announcing, trailers they've been showing and everything?
I'm trying to keep up with that, yeah.
There's a lot. There's quite a bit that they've shown, and I don't even necessarily like follow it or care about the things that they're showing or doing or whatever, but like there's another Enchanted movie, and they're like doing like a live action Little Mermaid.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, like I don't know the live action twist stuff that they do for like the animated movie, but now it's like a live action thing. I don't get that. I don't know what itch that scratches, other than like, well, we're keeping the IP going, and it's like, oh, is that all we're trying to achieve here? Okay.
Yep, it's like a rebranding, like you were saying. Yep.
It's just so like they can keep doing it, I guess. Is that it? It's just like,
I know they did that with the
guys, another Little Mermaid, and it's like, oh cool, a really realistic looking crab. Like, did they show him? Did they show the crab?
I don't think there's a trailer yet. I've been keeping it. I don't think they dropped trailers yet. I think that's like today and tomorrow.
I saw a trailer for the new Enchanted. It's called Disenchanted, and that's a real. I appreciate them not calling it Enchanted 2, calling it Disenchanted, because that's a real, now you see me, now you don't kind of thing, where it's like, now you see me, now you see me too. It's like, no, now you see me, now you don't. There's a natural progression here. So, it's good. It's good they called it Disenchanted.
Speaking of that. Disney, last time we talked, think you said the movie you were most excited for was Thor. Did you see that one yet?
No, I didn't even see that because all I heard was like really middling stuff about it. I need a movie to get me to a theater. I need a movie to like really do something for people, and all I feel like that movie did was people going like, I mean, it's probably like a bottom tier Marvel movie, but it's not bad. It's like,
Yeah.
that's not exciting. It's like that's not exciting to me at all.
It's on Disney Plus right now. It just dropped like the other day or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll borrow a Disney Plus password and watch it because it seems like something I could watch at home, and I would be cool with that.
I mean, I personally liked it.
Yeah, I've been using Tubi a lot, which is like that's been like a cool service where it's just like here's a bunch of like free movies that are like insane. Been watching like insane movies on Tubi, so that's been fun. But like, you know, that's sort of just like nothing coming out, nothing I'm like really into.
Yeah, I'm the same right now. There's like this is like the in between thing where it's almost the holidays or whatever. And there's nothing out.
Exactly. Well, did you see the trailer for what's it called? Glass Onion, the Knives Out thing?
Oh no.
It looks. I really liked Knives Out. I thought Knives Out was great. Like, what a cool movie, and it was like a lot of fun. I just really enjoyed it, and I watched the trailer for this new one, and it feels like, oh boy,
Here we go.
how is Ryan Johnson gonna like screw this up? And, that's how the trailer feels. I think people are gonna enjoy it, and I think people will see it based on, you know, the back of Knives Out and how good that was.
Mhm.
But man, it was like the thing I liked so much about Knives Out was like the setting and just solving, you know, the mystery and everything.
Mhm.
And this one is like, what if influencers were trapped on this boat or an island and they had to solve puzzles? And it's like, this
It's gonna be a
sucks.
bunch
I
of
don't wanna see
TikTok
this.
dances in that movie for sure.
It's exactly what it looks like, and it's like, oh, woof. It's just, look, it's this cast, like the cast is definitely a cast that saw Knives Out and went like, I want to be a part of this hot property, and then, man, I don't know. I hope it's good. That'd be sick.
Speaking
Like,
of-
if it was good, that'd be so cool.
Did you see that Gray Man on Netflix? I watched that the other day.
Oh, I forgot to watch. I should definitely watch that.
It's
this
Chris
weekend.
Evans.
I need to
and-
watch that and Prey. I need to watch both.
Oh, I just watched Prey last weekend.
Did you? Oh man, I wanna. I just haven't like. I haven't like logged into Hulu to like go, you know, watch it or whatever.
Oh,
But
I
wanna
didn't-
watch. I want to watch that. It seems.
Interesting, yeah.
Prey seems great. Gray Man seems like a Netflix movie that's like good enough, and that's all it kind of needs. To be.
Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling were both great in that.
Yeah. I mean, they're both good, and like, you know, if they kind of like put a little bit of effort into stuff, you go like, oh, these guys are, you know, both charismatic dudes, and they're fun to watch or whatever. But it just seems like it seems like a movie that's shot in like medium close for 80% of it, and it's just, I don't want to look at a movie that looks like that. So you know, it is what it is. It just seems like, I didn't know that. Were you aware that it's based on books?
Oh, no, I did not know that, no.
It's like a whole series of books. Like, they call them the Gray Man series. They're like Tom Clancy-esque, but I don't know that they are Tom Clancy.
Mhm.
But I think they're all like in that vein of like what a you know, a Tom Clancy book, Rainbow Six type of thing would be. I think that's how those are written. They're all like Jack Ryan, you know.
Oh, yeah, like Made for Action or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, right. It's that like, oh yeah, I gotta go in there and solve this crisis in unnamed Central American country. And you go, okay, yeah, great, cool.
And I'm
great,
an
great,
undercover spy.
great. Yeah. What did you think of Gray Man?
I mean, like, it's definitely a good, like, it's a turn your brain off type of thing for, like,
Yeah.
an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever, but
Mhm.
Chris Evans, I personally liked him since I think that's his first movie he's done since he retired, I think.
Yeah, it's because it's the The Russo brothers, right?
Yeah, yep. And you can
No.
definitely tell that they had their hands in this.
Yeah. It like, I definitely understand why he said yes to the project. Like, it really strikes me as like, oh, these guys are the ones who like really got me into like the stratosphere that I'm in. You know, I want to do this and I owe them one, so let's do it. So,
Yep.
I think it's definitely that.
And then for Prey, I didn't personally go out of the way to watch it. I just had time
Yeah.
last weekend. I just threw it on because people were talking about it, and it was okay.
Yeah, I heard positive things about it. I didn't hear too much negative stuff about it. I heard pretty positive stuff. The thing that I did hear was like people going like, "Oh man, this should have been released in a theater," and I think that it really benefited from coming out on
Yeah.
Hulu or whatever, because I don't think nearly as many people go to the theater to go see a new Predator movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've only seen the first one for a few years back, and then I just saw
Yeah.
this one. I haven't seen any other ones, so.
The second Predator, I want to say it's worth your time, but I don't know that it is. It's very different from the first one. The second Predator is very different from the first one. And then there's like a bunch of weird ones that came out
After that, yeah.
over like the last like 10 or 15 years or whatever. And Alien versus Predator is not that. Like, don't, like, if you haven't seen Alien versus Predator, don't worry about it. So you know,
I
it is
know.
what it is.
I know the big thing was people were saying for the second one that Arnold didn't come back for it. Was the big
No. The second one is like Danny Glover,
Yeah.
which is like really weird. The casting in Predator is really strange because the second Predator is Danny Glover, and then there's a Predator movie that came out a few years ago. What's it called? And it had like Adrian Brody, I think.
Oh, I think I heard about that one. Yeah.
I think it's called Predators. Yeah, Predators. And it was like all of these different people that have specialties get dropped on they don't know where. There's like a Yakuza guy, and there's
So it's like a Hunger Games type thing.
Yeah. And so like it, but again, very weird to cast Adrian Brody. Like what? Like action star Adrian Brody? Like the guy from like The Pianist? Like like what? What? Why? He just seems like a guy who takes weird work to take weird work.
Yeah, he just wanted that paycheck.
I think that's definitely it. I think he was just like, yeah, cool. I mean, yeah, I'll get paid for this, sure, whatever. Yeah, I'll be Predator's guy. I don't care. You know, it's that kind of a thing. So good for him.
So we want to move on to the last subject. Is there any new TV stuff you've been watching, or whatever?
Nothing in like the vein of TV that I've been checking out. I know that that Lord of the Rings show started, and it is being back at like our office, you know, doing podcasts and all this stuff. It is a constant topic of conversation, but no one agrees on anything about it. It's people who like it, it's people who don't like it, it's people who are kind of enjoying it, it's people who hate it, it's people who are just bored by it. It is so all over the place. It's really bizarre because typically when something kind of comes out like this,
Yeah.
it sort of like, it feels like everyone at work is sort of like in the same vein of like, how do we feel about this? This is not that. This Lord of the Rings show has it split all over the place. It's really crazy.
And it's funny, at the same time it came out with the House of Dragon.
Yes, which is another thing that I feel like I'm not hearing a lot of stuff about. Like I hear people talk about it sometimes, but I don't, you know,
Go out of
I
the
don't
way,
hear
yeah.
about it very much.
Those are both things on my watch list. I'm almost done with the Better Call Saul's final season right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, like that's the thing that everyone was just like that's maybe the first movie, or I'm sorry, TV show in a long time that everyone was like, this is must see.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the next one. Can't wait for the next one. Can't wait for the next one.
And I waited so I could binge this entire last season, and I'm almost done with it.
Man, that's crazy.
And then
is it really good? Like, it's really good.
oh yeah, they just wrapped up one of their best stories in the last few episodes I just watched. Yeah.
Man, that's
and I
so like.
Oh, go ahead.
What would you recommend it then?
Oh yeah, I would definitely. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, it's definitely like that. Yeah.
Awesome. That's very cool. That's great. How many episodes away are you from finishing it?
I'm like 4, 5.
Oh wow.
And I'm gonna watch them later tonight, so I'll probably be done this weekend.
Oh wow, dude, that's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, I hear a lot of people recommending it. I hear a lot of positive stuff about it.
And then
what else have you been watching?
I watched the Harley Quinn show finally.
What was the
animated
cartoon?
the adult
Yeah.
cartoon. Yeah.
I hear really good things about that also.
And I don't know why it took me this long to watch it. It was been on my watch list for a long time, and then I just finally turned it on. Like, oh, this is definitely something to like binge, not like week to week watch. Like they release it.
It seems like a cool. It just seems like a cool show, a cool cartoon. It's something that
It's definitely self-aware.
yeah, like a lot of that. Like, why not do more of that if you have like the properties, right? Like, you know, it's not like animation. You know, it's tough and it can be expensive, but like if you have the property and you're looking to do something new or different with it, why not do something very like a little bit more like adult, a little bit more self-aware, just a little bit different. Because it seems like people are like really eating that stuff up.
And I think Alan Tudyk plays a great Joker.
Oh, is that who plays Joker?
That's the voice of the Joker in that. Yep.
Oh, that's funny. That's really. I have to listen to it later. I didn't know that he was the voice of the Joker.
Yeah, I was looking at the cast. I wonder who plays the Joker because he's really good. And I was like, it's Alan Tudyk.
Oh, that's so funny. He's great. He's like that guy. Like quietly is everywhere and in everything. Very, very crazy. Good for him. Way to go. I know that Ron Funches does one of the voices in the show too, and I think that's really cool. I like Ron Funches a lot. He's really funny. So it's cool. I think he's King Shark. Is that a guy?
Yes, the guy from the live action. Yeah, he plays. Yep.
Yeah. He does. I think Ron Funches does like the King Shark voice, which is great because I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that more of these shows should like exist. You know, when stuff like Invincible is doing really well, and you know, like these other cartoons and stuff. Why not?
Yeah, just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that like, didn't like the boys do something like that? Like
I think we talked about it. Yeah, they did their own like with the different animations.
Offshoot.
Yeah, different animation style. Each episode they got somebody different. Yep.
Yeah, it's like that's you know, very like animatrix style or whatever, and I think that's really cool. Like, why not do more of that stuff? I just think that's a great, you know, it's a great use of a property that people are like hungry for without overdoing it, because it's all like, you know, you call it like non-canon, and so people don't have to watch it, but people want to.
Yeah, it's like if you have time to just throw it on for like 20 minutes, and that's the runtime is throw it on for 20 minutes, it's done. Exactly.
I think it's great. More animation. I'm all for more animation.
So I think we went over everything.
Yeah, we did it. That was a good one, man. There's a lot, and we're in a lull right now. You're kind of saying it earlier.
Yeah.
We're in that in-between time where like summer blockbusters are done, but we have, you know, kind of like holiday stuff coming out soon. And even though it's like a lull right now, there's still a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's still a lot.
All
of
the
stuff.
TV shows are coming back. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, big time. And I think that's cool. You know, that's great. So it's exciting to see what's next, because there's gonna be a lot.
Definitely can't wait for that Santa Claus trailer to drop so we can
we can
react to it.
Gotta watch that. Can't wait for the Santa Claus trailer.
So is there anything you want to final words to say?
Subscribe to this podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out.
Right. I just want to shout out an amazing channel, James the Sheriff Dixon. Oh, he's such a great guy, and he is super cool for coming to the show. I'm glad I got to meet him in person, and you should subscribe.